And looking back at 1989, quarterbacks had their problems. Dave Craig of Seattle with a forgettable moment coming up empty. West Virginia quarterback Major Harris had a major problem lining up behind the guard and then realized his mistake. Some rough stuff in the NFL preseason. Rookie Tony Martin of the Jets turning heads, especially that of the Eagles' Greg Garrity. Then there was Ernest Gibbons of Houston scoring a touchdown, and he does it going head over heels. On to horse racing. Watch the third horse from the right. The jockey Mike Trujillo is thrown while the horse goes for a swim. Both were okay. At Laurel in Maryland, Desmond Donnie got off to a rough start. On the outside, coming down the stretch, jockey Nate Hubbard hangs on for dear life and second place. And some track announcers also had their moments.
They race past the stands into the first turn with Life's Excellence in front. On the outside, Equal to None is second as they disappear into the fog. From now on, you're on your own.
Then there's a gap of 3 to Dola Hika Makarakadola, and then it's Dika Haka Makarakadola, and the trailer is Dola Rola Rola Rakadaka Molahola.
To the 1989 baseball season, Ken Griffey of the Reds tries to get back to first on all fours and makes it. Following the base hit, Jim Rice with a friendly gesture for first baseman George Brett. Then there was Alfredo Griffin of the Dodgers, who just could not make up his mind. We had our share of embarrassing moments. Chris Sable of the Reds flied out with his fly down. Then there was umpire Bob Engel with the emphatic call of strike 3 on Tommy Gregg of Atlanta. One problem, it was only strike 2, but the ump able to laugh it off. Other officials had their problems. Steeler quarterback Bubby Brister trying to get away, so is the official. Minor League Baseball off the grounder to first. Watch the call. The umpire makes the old out, safe, out, safe call. In tennis, after the match, Andre Agassi offers his congratulations, then changed his mind. In the NBA, Frank Burkowski of the Spurs ready to shoot, but referee Joe Crawford had other ideas. More basketball. Goaltending called on a frustrated Manute Bol who accidentally smacks Ken Norman. And this is not a friendly game of catch between Mike Truminski of the Sixers and Harvey Grant of the Bullets. Then there was the transition to offense for Sean Miller of Seton Hall. Miller walking it inbounds. Can't do that. You have to pass it in to a teammate. Now watch this inbounds play by Mark Jackson, who ricochets it off a surprise. Norm Nixon then recaptures for the easy 2. Back to baseball. Here's a base hit to right. Now watch Paul O'Neill of the Reds. He misplays it, but kicks it back to the infield for the perfect relay to hold the runner at third. Bon Hayes of the Phils with the drive to right. Hubie Brooks to the wall, looks to make the play. Where's the baseball? It disappeared. It got stuck behind the banner. And when you're a White Sox in September, you do have to kill some time, so Steve Lyons amuses himself by playing tic-tac-toe. And the catch of the year, Kevin Mitchell of the Giants down the line to the wall and does it barehanded. Some rough moments in U.S. Open tennis in the far court. Andre Agassi with the return off the head of the linesman. Now watch the back judge. Nowhere to hide on the serve by Boris Becker. How about these moments captured on home video? A batting practice mishap. So much for the camera. And watch this youngster practicing golf in his backyard. Now, what do I tell Mom and Dad?
Holy crap.
More unusual moments this past year. Indoor lacrosse, they go around and around. sumo wrestling competition, a sneak attack, spitting at an opponent, a no-no. In auto racing, Chip Robinson leaves the pits, but there's a problem. He takes the fuel hose with him. In the NHL, David Volek of the Islanders stick handles with the wrong end of the stick. At the NHL draft, Toronto executive George Armstrong carefully ponders his selection. Football had its comical occurrences. High school ball in Cincinnati watched the player in motion flipping out. Not something we've seen in the NFL, but they ran the play for a 3-yard gain. Extra point attempt by Graceland College in Iowa. It hits the upright, bounces back to the holder, who decides to run it in. Can't do that. It's against the rules. And at training camp, Jim McMahon fooling around with the guys, getting a bit off color. We close out 1989 with boxing. Nice gesture in extending his hand, but Anthony Hemrick does not accept it. Unique strategy by Courtney Cooper, raises his arms, gets punched each time he does by Meldrick Taylor. Sammy Black takes the shot. He's knocked down, but it is the quickest recovery of the year. Then there was Tony Wilson against Steve McCarthy. Apparently Wilson's mother was upset with the opponent McCarthy, so she entered the ring swinging a shoe to come to the aid of her son. A most unusual conclusion to a fight, which concludes the wild and the wacky for 1989. We'll be back with more of the Albert Achievement Awards as NBC.
I'm Ralph Kiner, along with Tim, what's your last name?
McCarver.
Tim McCarver.
Drive deep to right center field. Barfield going back. It is gone.
No, he caught it, Larry.
Well, it looks as if Alfred the Butler has placed some heaping portions in front of Batman and Robin in recent months. Boy wonder, and the Cape Crusader filling out nicely.
Ramirez struck out swinging. Yeah, in California, everybody is.
And I think Curly of the Three Stooges would have summed up this series by saying, well, that'll do it for tonight. Again, our final score is the Milwaukee Brewers 4 and the Orioles 1.
Judy Tenuta's with us tonight. Judy, welcome.
Oh, thanks, Tim, you hot stunt puppet!
I take it you're a fan of ball players.
That's right. I love the way I like their tight pants and the way they spit. Yes! Oh, look at that! He's out like a common dog.
Here it is. There goes a runner. Hey, a line drive out the pitcher's game's over. Cubs win! What a lucky break! The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to New York Yankee Baseball. I'm Bill. Wait a minute.
And these guys are very close. They spar together and they work together a lot. And the mouthpiece now out, and it falls right into my bag here at Press Row.
And my bag is filled with blood.
Everything now coming into the ring. Oh, cups of ice, all kind of, I hope no, oh, big, solid cup of ice just landed in my lap. Ouch.
7 seconds left. Pressure's got to be put on. A steal. It's out! Holy God! Holy God! Holy God! I don't believe it! Dennis Calvi, right? Holy Dennis Calvi!
Look at this crowd. This is horrible. I agree. You got to make the crowd noise tonight.
The little guard, Obradovich. Out quickly to the big guy, and now to the lefty. And he lost the ball, but it's picked up in there. Now to the little fella. Oh, boy, I'm having trouble with the name.
And during a Bruins telecast of the Boston Garden, an unwelcome visitor made his presence felt. So announcers have certainly had their moments, and the same can be said for those who have attempted to sing the national anthem before sporting events.
Oh, say. Can I have... I'm so sorry. Didn't have my pitch. My apologies. Oh, say, can you see?
Oh, my God. Oh, my heavens. Look at that here.
Whose bright stars and bright stars and the heavenly light over the ramparts we watch were so valiantly fleeing.
Well, over the years, some of the more curious episodes in the world of sports have involved news conferences and interviews. We begin with Super Bowl week 1981, when the Eagles' Charlie Smith was the subject of an interview despite a broken jaw that was wired shut.
He sort of hinted around, but you know, I mean, he's going to watch me practice this week, you know. If he says I'm ready to go, then I'm going. Do the best I can and pray that, you know, I can make a contribution to the team.
You can't get them in if you don't get them on. I'd rather get them on and not get them in than not get them on and not get them in.
No. Hell no, no.
You've obviously been a black quarterback all your life. When did this
Do you see yourself as a New Jersey Net a year from now?
You said you wouldn't ask me no bullshit.
Get your mouth shut, you jerk. Dickus. See that? That's your IQ, buddy. 0.
I'm going to turn over or something.
No, I'd rather talk to him.
Hello?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm having trouble with this phone anyway.
Go ahead. We hear you.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello.
When this one champion rises by his ability will be likened to the suitors that were after Penelope, the wife of the king. And if only one king can be there, this king will be sitting supreme, ruling over Ithaca.
I've been associated with the Celtics since I've been black. Well, not quite that long, but it's since 1958.
All right, the record 25,147. Tommy is closing. Yeah.
For instance, I'll be handling all the trades.
Well, what do you mean?
There'll be no phone calls in the dugout.
What do you mean?
That is not.
No, that's not right. I'm handling the trades.
That isn't the way we say
I have the right to call you in the dugout.
That's not the way it's going to be, George.
You're damn right it is, and if you don't like it, you're fired.
You haven't hired me yet.
And we start off with some lowlights from the Seoul Olympics. In boxing, the referee with no idea who won the bout. And finally raises the hand of the winner. Cycling is off to a very shaky start. Pole vaulter Daley Thompson on the approach, but it did not work out as planned. And this Olympic boxer had a rather unique style. The best of baseball over the decade. 1985, Ken Griffey with a sensational catch. In Japanese baseball, the left fielder goes up the wall and hauls it back in. Mike Schmidt of the Phils catches the foul pop and a Mets jersey on shirt day at Shea. Then there was the bobble catch by the combination of Ted Simmons and Cecil Cooper. Golf had its moments. Bernard Langer climbing the tree and then hits out with his tree iron. Don January hoping to hit the green, but it's a swing and a miss. Watch this shot that certainly caught the attention of an innocent spectator. Fans were prominent through the 80s at Madison Square Garden, a paying customer not anxious to return the basketball. And then there are some basketball fans who will do anything to get on camera. Halftime show in Landover. Now watch this closely as a fan decides to participate and then decides to depart. Off the foul ball, a fan tries for the catch and in the process loses his pants. To the sport of hockey, off the faceoff, Ed Olchuk stick handles Troy Murray up the ice. It's a breakaway by Anton Stastny toward the empty net, and in desperation, Ulf Samuelsson will do anything to try and stop Stastny. Jay Miller a bit upset with things and takes it out on himself. Officials in the spotlight throughout the decade. Ben Dreith with a unique penalty call.
There's a personal foul on number 99 of the defense. After he tackled the quarterback, he's giving them business.
And this move by Denver's Casey Clark not appreciated by the official. Former New Jersey Devils coach Doug Carpenter gives the ref the evil eye. And manager Dallas Green was obviously not in agreement with the call. Football had its share of hard hits. In the collegiate ranks, off the pass, Ron Hawley crashes into the goalpost and then is congratulated by the opposition. Pittsburgh Steelers team doctor out to check an injured player, but he gets the worst of it. Patrick Scott of Grambling on the move, but Bruce Green of Texas Southern comes off the bench to make the stop. The most remarkable shots of the decade. Dennis Johnson does it underhanded from his own backcourt. Off the inbounds, Craig Hodges with the hook from half court. And Nets mascot Duncan with a pass too hot to handle. To the category of sports oddities, a slow roller down the third baseline, and Lenny Randle with a novel approach tries to blow it into foul territory. David Palmer with a most unusual slide into third. A St. Louis Blues player uses his teammate as a human tissue. In the USFL, Ken Times of Memphis had his difficulties getting dressed to play. In amateur boxing, watch this wild punch. And it's the referee getting the worst of it. We close out the decade with the incredible. Soccer in Spain, watch the goalie trying to clear, throws the ball right into his own net. A cycling race in Montreal leading to this minor traffic accident. Minor League Baseball in Denver, they're about to play, but surprise, the automatic sprinkler system activates, causing a slight delay. And here's pole vaulter Todd Cooper of Baylor with the attempt. He did survive. javelin competition, the approach leading to this abrupt stop. And one of the classics, gymnast Brian Meeker setting up, getting ready. Here he comes. Oh! So there you have it, a look back at the wild and the wacky over the past decade, and we certainly hope that you enjoy.